Conspiracy theories have sprouted throughout the years, reaching prominence once again in 2020. That growth includes various churches leading some prominent pastors to speak out and urge their followers to think carefully about what they believe and what they post.
By any detailed evidence to support their versions of events. The Jesus myth theory argues instead that the Bible was written as a way to manipulate and control people, which would certainly change everything.
Saw Stangol off to Syria and eventually Brazil. The networks of sympathetic houses and hideouts, many of them churches stretched over the Alps, allowing thousands of Nazis to scurry from Austria to Genoa, where they could board ships to sail across the Atlantic.
Welcome to Conspiracy Theories Revealed. People have been arguing over the meaning of the writings in the Bible for almost as long as they've existed. Christians, in effect, believe there is more to reality than meets the eye, as evidenced by the Apostle Paul, who wrote, "We live by faith, not by sight." Jesus himself, whose teaching stated that blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. Indeed, is Christianity part of the problem or the solution when it comes to conspiracy theories? In this video, The Shocking Conspiracy Theories, The Church Don't Want You to Know, we reveal some of the most shocking conspiracy theories of the church. From why the church suppressed the early beliefs in reincarnation, to whether Judas was actually a hero rather than a traitor, to decoding the relationship between Jesus and Mary Magdalene, and many more. Prepare to be amazed as we reveal the truth behind the secrets they don't want you to know. So here we go. Number 10. The mysterious death of Pope John Paul I.
After just 33 days in office, John Paul I was dead. The Vatican presented the Pope's death as a straightforward tragedy. It announced that he died of a massive heart attack.
The sudden death of Pope John Paul I in 1978, just 33 days into his papacy, generated numerous conspiracy theories. Many believe he was murdered because he intended to expose corruption within the Vatican Bank and reform the church.
Pope John Paul I was thought to be in perfect health when he was elected. So wasn't there something suspicious about his sudden death? This is the theory that the Pope was poisoned by a group of churchmen and bankers who were terrified that he would investigate the Vatican's finances.
Suspicious circumstances, such as the lack of an autopsy and the quick burial of his body, fueled these theories. David Yallop's 1984 book, In God's Name, proposed that the Pope was in potential danger due to corruption in the Vatican Bank, the Vatican's most powerful financial institution. This corruption involved the bank's head, Bishop Paul Marcinkus, and Roberto Calvi of Banco Ambrosiano, who was found dead in London in 1982. Number 9, the Book of Revelations, Hidden Prophecies.
Yes, well, in my case, there were a lot of people talking about the Book of Revelation in a certain period of history. I was in the kind of generation just before you where a lot of Pentecostals thought they really did know what Revelation was about.
The Book of Revelations, the final book of the New Testament, is shrouded in mystery and debate. In the midst of conspiracy theories, some claim the Book of Revelations predicted modern crises like COVID-19.
Along with that, this is a message from God and it has a specific promise. Blessed is the one who reads and those who hear the voice of this prophecy and keep what is written in it. So, in other words, there's benefit from reading.
This originates from a need to find order in chaos, considering Revelation's structured symbolism, like the numbers 666 and 144,000, as hidden prophecies. While it offers pastoral comfort by blending order and chaos, scholars argue that these interpretations often reflect our anxieties more than the text's true meaning. Number 8, church suppression of reincarnation beliefs.
Early Christians did believe in reincarnation. Moreover, McGregor says, all written evidence for reincarnation in early Christian teachings and in the Bible was deliberately suppressed by the Catholic Church.
A continuing conspiracy theory suggests that the early version of the Church intentionally suppressed the concept of reincarnation to establish its control over the Christian faith.
Reincarnation is the transmigration of the soul. When biological death occurs, souls are reborn into another body of an animal or person.
According to this theory, early Christian texts and teachings that supported reincarnation were systematically removed or altered by church authorities. By promoting the belief in eternal damnation or salvation, the church could maintain greater influence over believers' behavior and loyalty. Critics argue that uncovering these suppressed teachings could dramatically alter our understanding of Christian beliefs and spirituality. Number 7. The Judeo-Masonic Conspiracy, a hidden alliance.
The Judeo-Masonic conspiracy is an anti-Semitic, anti-Masonic conspiracy theory involving an alleged secret coalition of Jews and Freemasons.
The Judeo-Masonic conspiracy theory claims a secret alliance between Jewish leaders and Freemasons, aiming to control global political and economic systems. According to this theory, the Catholic Church has historically viewed this alleged conspiracy as a direct threat to its authority and influence.
Adherents of the Judeo-Masonic conspiracy took the claim made by the protocols to extremes and claimed that the leaders of Freemasonry and the leaders of the Jewish plot were one and the same.
Supporters claim that church documents and papal documents reveal attempts to counter this supposed alliance. Critics dismiss these claims as baseless anti-Semitic and anti-Masonic propaganda, but the theory continues in certain circles, fueling distrust and suspicion. At Conspiracy Theories Revealed, we also let you be the judge by encouraging you to share your comments and thoughts in the comments section of this video. Number 6. Jesus, Mary Magdalene, and the Holy Grail.
The true story of Jesus and his wife, Mary Magdalene. I'm David Young, and this is their untold truth through art and evidential channeling.
Proposes that Mary Magdalene was the lover, if not wife, of Jesus Christ, and that the two had a child who then became part of the bloodline of the kings of France.
One of the most captivating conspiracy theories involves Jesus Christ, Mary Magdalene, and the Holy Grail. According to this theory, Mary Magdalene was not just a disciple, but Jesus' wife, and they had children together.
So all those tantalizing theories about Jesus and Mary Magdalene being lovers really jump from this one passage, right? This is the juiciest stuff that we've got. This is ground zero for those conspiracy theories that there was some sort of a relationship between Jesus and Mary Magdalene.
The Holy Grail is believed to symbolize their bloodline rather than a physical chalice. Supporters argue that the Church has suppressed this information to maintain the traditional narrative of Jesus' divinity and celibacy. This theory gained widespread popularity through books and films like The Da Vinci Code, captivating the public's imagination. Number 5. The Pope and the Nazis, a sinister collaboration.
A series of recently opened Vatican archives are shedding new light on the relationship between Pope Pius XII and Adolf Hitler as he led Nazi Germany during World War II.
New evidence shows that some surprising groups helped the Nazis and their collaborators escape to a life of freedom, either by mistake or by design.
The relationship between the Vatican and Nazi Germany during World War II has long been the subject of conspiracy theories. Some critics argue that Pope Pius XI, often referred to as the Nazi Pope, turned a blind eye to the Holocaust and even collaborated with the Nazis to protect church interests.
Every Nazi that reached freedom was an accident, though. In particular, the Vatican had a hand in sending thousands of Adolf Hitler's henchmen to a peaceful post-war life by giving them false identities in a purported scheme to return Christianity to the peak of its powers.
Some theorists suggest that high-ranking church officials were involved in helping war criminals escape justice through the so-called rat lines. Defenders of the Pope argue that he worked behind the scenes to save Jewish lives, but the debate continues to generate controversy and suspicion. Number 4. The Third Secret of Fatima, Hidden Truths.
The Vatican revealed the Third Secret of Fatima on May 13, 2000. But there are those of us who believe that the Vatican did not reveal the entire secret. This is based mainly on the fact that prior statements from those who had seen the secret do not match up with what was revealed.
The Third Secret of Fatima, a prophecy revealed to 3 Portuguese children in 1917, has been a source of intense debate and conspiracy theories.
Sister Lucia, the young child who Mother Mary appeared to in Fatima, was given 3 secrets. In 1941, she revealed the first 2 secrets at the request of the local bishop at the time. But the third secret she was hesitant of revealing as she was unsure whether God willed it or not.
The church released the text of the secret in 2000, but many believe the full details have been kept quiet. Theorists suggest that the unreleased part predicts catastrophic events, including global wars, natural disasters, and a crisis within the church.
Martin would not reveal its contents directly, he would discuss it in a general sense. Something of interest to today's situation, Martin said, is that the message of Fatima centered around not only Russia, which is to be expected, but also Ukraine, and in particular, Kiev.
They argue that the Vatican is hiding the complete prophecy to avoid mass panic and maintain control over its followers. Number 3, the Judas conspiracy, traitor or hero.
Dive into the enigmatic world of the Gospel of Judas, a text that has sparked intrigue and debate for centuries. This mysterious gospel, unlike those found in the traditional Christian canon, presents a different perspective of Judas Iscariot, one that challenges the established portrayal of him as the infamous betrayer of Jesus Christ.
The role of Judas Iscariot in betraying Jesus has been viewed by some as part of a larger conspiracy. According to this theory, Judas was not a traitor, but was following Jesus' instructions to fulfill a divine plan.
Matthew 27:4 states, "After he saw that he betrayed his friend, he departed, and went and hanged himself." Note that, Judas, according to Matthew, he hangs himself. But according to Peter, which it's not found in the book of 1st or 2nd Peter.
Some suggest that early Christian texts like the Gospel of Judas support this view, and were suppressed by the church to maintain the traditional narrative of Judas as a villain.
Judas's role is pivotal in the narrative of the Passion of Christ. His betrayal is foreseen by Jesus during the Last Supper, where Jesus identifies Judas as the one who will betray him.
If true, this reconsideration could significantly alter our understanding of Jesus' life and mission. Number 2, Jesus Christ's resurrection, a grand conspiracy.
According to this theory, the disciples faked the resurrection, stole Jesus' body from the tomb, and then lied about seeing him alive. Except first century Jews had no concept of a Messiah who would be executed by Israel's enemies, much less rise from the dead. It didn't.
The resurrection of Jesus Christ is the foundation of Christian faith, but some conspiracy theories question its authenticity. Theorists argue that the resurrection story was fabricated by Jesus' followers to uphold his teachings and assure the survival of their movement. They suggest that Jesus' body was hidden or stolen from the tomb to create the illusion of a supernatural return.
You wouldn't make yourself look bad in a format like the New Testament, where you're trying to tell the truth about what happened to Jesus, and I wouldn't think anyway, you wouldn't go forward with suggesting that you were dim-witted and that you ran away while the women were the first witnesses.
These theories challenge the very foundation of Christianity, resulting in intense debate and controversy among believers and skeptical individuals. Number 1, Jesus myth theory. Was he real?
That in my book I say that there's no reason at all to believe that the so-called Jesus of Nazareth ever existed. A figure of some kind of deluded rabbi present at that time. The first is the fakery of the story. The fakery itself proves something. The prophecy says this man must be born in the house of David, of David's line in David's town. It means he must be born in Bethlehem. Jesus of Nazareth is well known to have been born in Nazareth. In order to get him to Bethlehem, a huge fabrication has to be undertaken. A census is proposed by Caesar Augustus. No such census ever took place. The people of the region were not required to go back to their hometown to be registered. That's never happened.
The Jesus myth theory argues that Jesus Christ never existed as a historical figure and is instead a mythological creation. According to supporters, the story of Jesus borrows heavily from earlier pagan myths, including figures like Horus, Mithras, and Dionysus.
None of the story of the Nativity is true in any detail, and not one of the Gospels agrees with each other on this fabrication. And that if it hadn't been him, it would have been someone else. So that's what's precious to me. And that he never said, you've got to believe in everything I say, or go to hell or heaven. And here's why you've got to agree with me. Because my mother never went to bed with anybody.
They suggest the early church invented the Jesus narrative to unify various religious traditions and establish power. This theory challenges the very foundation of Christianity, suggesting it is based on a fictional character. Critics, however, point to historical evidence supporting Jesus' existence and dismiss these claims as just speculation. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave us a like and check out other cool videos from our channel, Conspiracy Theories Revealed. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel to be notified of more thought-provoking content on conspiracy theories and hidden truths from our latest videos, where we let you be the judge.